Hey, everybody. I am Valerie R. Brooks, owner of Valerie R. Brooks Real Estate and Business Academy and the founder of the Real Estate and Business Academy. Now, today I'm talking about a subject that is just near and dear to my heart because I experienced it myself. I no longer experience it, and I want to share with you what it is and turn my phone off. I had my phone on last time. What it is, how you can realize you have it, and how you can get rid of it. So it's called the imposter syndrome. But first, let me celebrate this. I'm going to celebrate two wins, two of my major wins. And I always ask for you to share your wins. So if you have some wins for the last month or last 6 months, put it in chat. I'd love to know them. Yeah. So put them in chat. Now, my first win is the Builder's Master Her Mind. This is my 6 month high level coaching program for women who are serious about transforming not just their business, but themselves. It's designed for the woman who is done playing small. She's got the vision, but she needs real strategy, deep accountability, and high vibration connections with other women who get it. We go deep in this mastermind. We don't just build, we shift, we grow, and we sustain. That's number one. That's my first win. And my second win, not just my team. Our second win is the Builders Hub. Everything is about building over here. Everything is about building. So the Builders Hub is our e-learning platform, and it's for realtors and entrepreneurs who want to grow with structure, systems, and support. It's packed, y'all. It's got so many powerful, no fluff courses from mindset to marketing, team building to transaction coordinator. It has it all. So, if you're rebuilding, scaling, or just starting fresh, the Builder Hub is your one stop powerhouse for real estate and real real business growth. Now it's on my website. Check it out. We've revamped the website so that you can see everything we have to offer at ValerieRBrooks.com. Oh, wait a minute. I got one more thing. In the last 30 days, I've also listed two now, and one is coming. Gorgeous properties. One at 79K, 799K, another one at 599K, and one coming up at 1.2 million. And you know why I did it? Because I've mastered the art of listing properties. Now, for those of you who are thinking, whoa, she thinks she's all that. Well, let me tell you this. If you think I think that I'm all that, I do. And if you think it's a brag, you're on the wrong channel. It's not a brag. It is a fact. And my goal is sharing growth, because a part of my teaching is growth. All my teaching is about growth. So when I say I've mastered the art of listing properties, here's what I mean. Mastery is not perfection. It's consistency. Okay? It's not perfection. It's consistency. It's knowing how to deliver excellence no matter the client, the price point, or the pressure. It's when preparation meets experience over and over again. Mastery is what happens when you've done the reps, you've made the mistakes, you've learned the issues, and now you can execute with ease. And that's not arrogance. That is called earned authority. Earned authority. And I'm sure you all can relate to that in your line of work. Okay? It is not about being all that. It's knowing what I know and walking in it. And let me say this, when you operate in mastery, you naturally elevate. You elevate your vibration, because low vibration energy says, I'm not enough. High vibration energy says, I know who I am and I show up fully. This shift is not just emotional, it's transformational. But that's another talk show. So today we're going to talk about something it tried to keep me from the kind of confidence that I've grown into, and it's called the imposter syndrome. I did not know the imposter syndrome was so widespread. I did not realize it until many of my coaching clients came to me with this syndrome and they wanted strategy to overcome it. And the ones that have graduated have overcome it. We all have our challenges sometimes, and I think that's with probably everyone. And that brings me to today's conversation. So what is imposter syndrome? It's that internal voice that tells you you're not the boss or you're not the chief that folks think you are. It's that voice that says, what? Me? I'm someone others want to follow? Go figure. I mean, you're in wonderment, even when your receipts say otherwise. It is also believing luck is success or success is timing. It's not you. It is also struggling to own your wins or step into the spotlight. It's low frequency self talk disguised as humility. You hear, I know you've heard yourself say, I'm just not about all that. I'm a humble person. That's self talk. You're disguising your wins. It's okay to be confident in your wins and live in what others think about you because you need to own it. You need to live in it. And I'm going to share with you my private battle with imposter syndrome. I had the vision, I had the results, and in my mind, I would say to myself, all I wanted is go to hell money. That's what I used to say to myself. And I'm just going to be frank about it. If anybody is have an issue with the word hell, that's what I used to say. All I wanted was go to hell money. I did not envision recognition. And this is real talk, people. I remember when people first started calling me a leader, an icon, a chief. And I thought, truthfully, who, me? I'm just working hard. I don't understand that. Okay. I had hundreds of awards, plaques, and everything. And I worked hard for them. And I kept them in boxes until my then assistant started putting them on the wall. And when I would look at them on the wall, I would say, oh my God, did I do that? I cannot believe I did that. Sometimes I pass a neighborhood and I look at it, maybe 300 houses. I realize I sold about 75 in that complex. It's amazing. It really amazes me. When people would ask to take a picture with me, I would shrink. And not because I wasn't proud of my work, but it was because I didn't feel like I belonged in the spotlight, nor did I want to. I did not see what others saw. But what I've learned in shrinking is not humility, it's fear. And fear cannot lead. Fear cannot lead. You cannot build bold if you're living small. Being seen is not arrogance, it's alignment. And I had to learn to accept praise. I had to learn to document my wins. And I had to learn to own my growth. I had to learn to own it. I had to learn to own the stage. I had to learn all of that because, again, I said elevating your frequency earlier. It starts with speaking to yourself with truth and power. I wanted to operate in a higher frequency. And the person that I knew I could talk to about it best was my mom. And I talked to my mother about it, and she told me, Valerie, when somebody gives you a compliment, wear it like a mink coat with pride. Look, look at it. Valerie, you're my child. Own it. Own you. You're my child. Own it. I shared that with a lot of my friends, and we say it all the time. You know, and think about it. If you receive a compliment and you'll say, this whole thing, or you may say, oh, I've had this for a long time. Own it and just say thank you. Oh, you look so pretty today. You're so handsome. Thank you. Thank you. I started saying thank you instead of deflecting. I started celebrating myself publicly, like I'm doing right now. I built what I needed for others and realized I belonged in the room. Shoot, I realized I could lead the room because I really got tired. I got tired of second guessing myself because I got tired of dimming my light in rooms that I was built to lead in. I shifted. I shifted after I was tired and I just started, you know, telling people about heaters and, if my light was too hot or air conditionings or if my light was too bright, buy some shades. I started owning me and by doing the inner work. I healed because I decided to stop asking for permission and start owning my place. I started owning me by remembering the receipts that I produced because I got the receipts. And if you have the receipts, own it. If you got the receipts, own it. I was telling my eyelash technician, Tiffany Gresham, with Lash Me Now, the other day, girl, you are a boss. You are a boss. She has other uh, eyelash technicians in her office. She now has a nail technician, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Yes, ma'am, Margaret. When you are complimented, own it. Wear it like a mink coat. That's right, Margaret. Because see, God says in Psalm 139:14, I praise you because you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. So if God tells you that, who can tell you you're not? I just don't even know that and I can't fathom it. So, in other words, you're not an imposter. You're the evidence, and the world needs what you bring. The world needs what you bring. Don't wait to feel worthy. I wasted a lot of time. I wasted a lot of time not owning myself. I had so many speaking engagements. I would get up there and freeze. I mean, freeze looking at the crowd. Are they going to believe me? Is this going to be believable? And I wouldn't say it was missed opportunities, but I will say I wished at that time that I could have owned it. But I also know you can't get the past back. And that was a part of my walk. That's why I'm here now to share it with you. So you won't have to get on a stage or excel in your work and wonder if it's going to be acceptable. You're not here by accident. Now, if you wonder how I kept showing up, how I kept building, even when it was hard, I'm going to tell you this because I can. Because I know who I am now, and I'm not hiding anymore. And I'm going to urge you not to hide anymore. And if you want to talk about it, ValerieRBrooks.com. All righty. Now, I'm going to be fair. Several times we didn't get a chance to get to questions, and I have about 5 questions that I'm going to start with. And I am going to go deeper because we do have time. So, how do I know if I'm dealing with imposter syndrome? Now, that's a good question because I didn't know. I didn't know, and you may not know at this moment. Okay. But if you downplay your wins, I said this earlier, if you feel like a fraud, I had one of my clients come to me, Valerie, I feel like a fraud. And everybody thinks I'm that chick. Those are her exact words. And I'm sitting there looking at this beautiful woman. And I'm like, you are that chick from what I've seen and looking at your numbers and your accomplishments. You are that chick. So what's going on? Of course, we had to dig deeper and we found out her reasoning. You know, if you believe you don't deserve your seat, then I hope you listen to this talk. And I hope this will help you because you need to trust the vibe of your own discomfort. Trust it because if you have discomfort, that means you're in the right place, right? As it relates to growth. And I'm not saying if you're somewhere down the street and some man walks by you that looks creepy, you better run on that. But when you get that uneasy feeling when somebody compliments you, that's not the truth. Oh, you know what that is? Remember we talked about the amygdala, that part of the brain that operates in fear, that's your protection? That's what part of it is. Okay, so the amygdala, what? It operates by protecting you, correct? It operates by protecting you, so you're in fear. You have to know that that's not the truth. That's imposter syndrome talking. Okay? Now, let me look at the another question. Why is it so hard to own our own greatness, especially as a woman? Oh, that's a great one. That's a great question because we're taught to be humble, not bold. That's the way we're taught. Those are the things we're taught. We're taught to be likable, not powerful. But those days are over. Those days are over. I saw a post one day that said, nice girls rarely make history. And that's the truth. If you're trying to be liked, then that means you may be a people pleaser. And that's another subject. But if you think about it, if you had a choice to be liked or respected, which one would you prefer? If you had a choice to be liked uh, or respected, which one would you prefer? I choose respect because I think respect can take you a long way. And you know what? I can give you an example of respect that took me a long way. I can get everything I talk about it comes from my wisdom, my walk, and from my teachings from two of the most renowned coaches in the world. But I'm gonna share something with you. It was just amazing. Um, hmm, I don't know if I should share that yet because that's gonna be in the other live. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't talk about that yet. I'll tell you in the next live, okay? Okay, I'll tell it. All right. I had a client. Um, she was a powerful woman, and she admitted to me she was not a nice woman because her career had her in dire straits, and she was so stressed out. I was proud of her. She's buying a $900,000 house by herself, and I was proud of her. She wasn't nice to me, and she even told me, not in so many words, how she loved my work, but she wasn't so crazy about me. I didn't know why. I'm doing a good job for you or with you. And later on, I found out why, and I'll tell you what she said later. But um, we ended up closing. And I don't buy closing gifts because I don't buy gifts. I give along the way if they need something along the way or afterwards. I don't just buy closing gifts. I gift you with what I think you need. And at the time, I think you need it. And that has worked for my clients. So for a while there, after I took her closing gift over her, about a month later, I didn't hear any more from her. But uh, maybe 9 months down the road, I'm just guessing, 9 or month, maybe a year down the road, I received two referrals from her. Two very, very, very nice referrals. And I was shocked because this lady said that she did not like me. I called her up to thank her. I send cards sometimes, but I like that human contact. And I called her up and I said, I just want to thank you for the referrals. Once we close, maybe we can celebrate. I'll send you a bottle of champagne or something like that. I told her, but I have a question for you. And she asked me, what is the question? And I said, I thought you didn't like me. Why did you refer me? She said, because you're a hell of a real estate broker and I respect you. Then later on, she told me why she didn't like me, but that comes from a lot of things like being micromanaged and seeing another woman that is trying to take care of you and you're not accustomed to it. But that's another talk show. Okay. Um, Not here in position by accident. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Margaret, I choose respect as well. That's right. I'm so glad you do. Now, number 3, what's one shift I can make today to step into my power? You guys are asking some great questions. This is how I did it, and this is what I would advise you to do is change how you speak to and about yourself. You should change how you speak to and about yourself. I know everybody on here has seen wake up in the morning and look at the mirror and say, I am powerful, I am beautiful, I got this. But what are the things you should change that you say about yourself? And that comes along with uh wow, it's so great to meet you. I've heard so many great things about you. You are amazing. And instead of saying, thank you, I appreciate that, you may say, is that right? I can't believe that. Or you may, that's you talking about yourself. Are you sure you're thanking me? All I did was work hard. That's talking about yourself. So change how you speak to and about yourself. Your language determines your leadership. Your language determines your leadership. Protect your vibe by speaking in alignment with your receipts. If that amygdala turns on that protection and you start feeling fear, all you have to do is say, I got the receipts. I got the receipts. That's all you have to do. It sounds easy, I know, but it can be done. It was a long road for me. And I can't even say that I'm 100% there. I think I am. Um, but who knows when it may creep up. And if it does creep up, I know how to address it. Hey, amygdala, we named my amygdala trouble last week, right? So I would say to trouble, I got my receipts. I got this. And thank you. Okay, that's the next question. How did you move past imposter syndrome personally? I stopped waiting to feel ready because my mother used to have this saying, be ready even if you don't get to go. Be ready if you don't get to go. I really didn't know what that meant at that time. I didn't even know it when I don't think I knew what it meant in my early 30s, and that was just 5 years ago. Y'all know that's right. I realized that my energy, my vibe was more powerful than my doubt and my fear. I realized that my energy and my vibe was more powerful than my doubt or my fear. And I relate everything to real estate, right? Or business. Determination and doubt does not live in the same zip code. Determination and doubt just does not live in the same zip code. So I had to choose again, just like I chose between being liked and being respected. I chose respect. So if I have to choose which zip code that I want to live in, and I got the power to choose that zip code, I'm going to choose determination over doubt. Okay? That's how I would move past the imposter syndrome. The fifth question, what would you say to the woman still struggling with it and that has tried and tried to get rid of it? You're not behind. You're not behind because it's going to come in time. But remember, God said you were wonderfully made. Remember? If God says it, you got to believe it. That's your universe. That is your universe. You have got to believe it. You are not a fluke. You're the evidence. And when you protect yourself and when you walk in your receipts, your truth, and own your space, that's when the shift happens. You have to own it in here first. And that's how I did it. I started with me right in here. I had to shift it. Sometimes you may be working so hard. You may be working so hard that you don't even see what you're doing because you're working so hard. You're working in your work. You're working in your work and you don't see it. That's right, Margaret. Be ready if you don't get to go. Be ready if you don't get to go. Changing the verbal expression of yourself shifts the conscious paradigm, forcing it to align with your verbal perception. He could not have said that better. So we talked about imposter syndrome today. I have several things that I want to lead into next week. So I would love to stay connected with you. But let me, you know what? I see I have 5 more minutes. Let me show you growth in real time. I can show you growth in real time because I'm evolving and showing up. Now, I want you to look at the videos that I started when I first started, the videos that I did. Oh my goodness. They were a part of me that wasn't sure because of the residual or the residue from my accident, from my injury. And a part of me wanted to take those down. But my team and I refused to do that because, again, that's growth in real time. That's growth in real time. So if today's talk resonated with you, I want you to subscribe to my channel. I just got started this, I think we're maybe, 4 months in, if that many. So I would love for you to drop your biggest takeaway today. I'd love for you to share this with someone who needs to hear it. And I'd like for us to keep building together. Everybody, believe in yourself. I am Valerie R. Brooks. Let's stay connected. All you have to do is visit ValerieRBrooks.com. And remember, doubt and determination cannot live in the same zip code. I will see you guys next week.